Onto the story now. Coal miner Exxaro is the latest in the industry to pay out record dividends. A surge in iron ore and coal prices helped the group grow its first half-year revenue by 8% to 15 billion rand. The miners opted to pay out 5 billion rand to external shareholders. The global economic recovery from COVID-19 has helped boost commodity prices. Exxaro has also declared a 20 rand 77 cents per share dividend. Exxaro CEO Mxolisi Mgojo joins me now to unpack these results further. Mxolisi, many thanks for your time this evening. So what were some of the salient features on the results that you reported on that have resulted in that record dividend that you'll be giving to shareholders?
I think there are a number of factors that have come to play in this regard. And I think a big one has been obviously the beginning of the economic recovery in some of our markets that we export to, and also the markets that also our SIOC investment is also exporting to as part of Kumba Resources. And now that has really supported the opportunity for the growth of those markets post the pandemic. And also there has also been a constraint in the supply side, due to various factors, whether you're looking at coal producers. We have not been the only country that has been impacted by various challenges that we are facing from a TFR side point of view. There have been also production issues by other countries and other factors that created a very tight market, supply market, while the demand was going. Hence why we've been seeing these very high record prices, whether we're talking about iron ore or whether you're talking about coal. So that has really supported our ability to really drive the type of earnings that we are currently experiencing.
Right.
However, one of our biggest challenge...
Continue your thought, please.
Yes. But one of the biggest challenges that we have faced, particularly as a South African coal industry, despite the fact that there's been this increased demand, especially coming out of China, has been the logistics side, insofar as TFR being able to meet the demands of the industry. Overall, the whole coal sector exporting industry is down 9 million tons in terms of what could have been potential exports had it been that we didn't have these TFR challenges, which has really impeded our ability to generate that type of revenues that we could have been able to generate. However, as an industry, we are engaging TFR on these matters. A lot of them are due to some are operational, some have got to do with cable thefts, and also other forms of vandalism that has been happening along the coal line, which has really created a challenge insofar as dealing with security issues, insofar as ensuring that we can see a recovery going forward that will support the ability for us to increase our exports.
Right, and I'm glad you bring these issues up because you have alluded to the fact that this affects the investment proposition for South Africa. It's threatened by these various issues that you've mentioned, the pandemic, the constant cable thefts. You say you are having engagements with the stakeholders involved in this regard, but what else could be done so that we are not alleviating the little bit of investment that we could garner into the already ailing economy?
Well, as I indicated, there are some very critical factors which are really beyond, any company, which have got to be dealt with at a national level, and that is one of security. The coal line is a very long line, and I must say that the TFR Transnet has done quite a lot to ensure that they can bring in technology in terms of making sure that they can get much more visibility on what's happening along the line. We've seen also some arrests that have been undertaken to arrest syndicates that are involved in copper theft. But there's an overall challenge along that line where, you've got a lot of communities who are dissatisfied and either with service delivery, they are challenged with high unemployment and poverty. And so they take a lot of their frustrations out of their circumstances by actually either vandalizing some of the assets along the lines, in some instances even stealing some of the rail itself. So that requires a broader solution, which no one single company can actually deal with. So at a national level, we have to be engaging along how do we improve our security situation, and so that we can actually make sure that we can secure all the various facilities that enables the economy to run and to run effectively.
Right. A final thought from you, and very briefly, please, Mxolisi, as we're out of time. So companies like Exxaro have contributed quite significantly to tax revenue because of the earnings that you've been posting. Do you think that that's been reciprocated by government in terms of creating policy certainty and providing basic resources like water and electricity?
Well, we have been engaging quite extensively as industry, as business, through associations like BUSA and BLSA and even the Mineral Council, SA, insofar how we can collaborate with government in terms of supporting them in dealing with some of the challenges. We worked very effectively with government with regard to COVID and also the whole vaccination program. We were also engaged with government extensively in the package that was put in place with regard to the economic recovery plan that the government is driving right now. So I think through collaboration, through further engagements, and of course, it's going to be very critical on the government side to actually also implement some of the critical structural reforms that we have been calling for. So we are, for instance, very, very encouraged by the recent announcement by the president of actually lifting the cap in terms of licensing for renewable energy from the 1 megawatt to 100 megawatts. So these are some of the really critical, bold moves that are going to be required to unlock the economy so that the type of investment that is going to be required to actually drive the economy can start effectively taking place. But we still have a long way to go, and it's going to require a really concerted effort on all sides to play their critical role, even including on business in terms of supporting SMMEs.
Right. Exxaro Chief Executive Mxolisi Mgojo, many thanks for joining us this evening.